Good evening, Brawlhalla fans. It's Raidhyn and I am here today to bring to you the patch notes for beta version 1.12.3. A lot of exciting things have happened in version 1.12, the biggest of which is that with the addition of the signatures for both Thatch and Lucian, every legend in the game has unique powers for all of their heavy ground attacks with both weapons. This is a project that Blue Mammoth Games has been working on for months to bring all of the current legends into the unique signature forefront, and now that they are all here, everything is glorious. I'm really looking forward to seeing what new things that Blue Mammoth Games is going to be giving to us on the horizon, but for now this is a huge milestone for the game, and I'm really excited to be testing out Lucian and Thatch, and also to have more of a level playing field with all legends across the board. So, with that being said, we've got a whole bunch of other cool things for 1.12. First off, we've got a new Thatch skin that is awesome. It is officially my favorite Thatch skin. It is the Cursed Gold Thatch. Comes along with the Cannonades Blaster skin, which is a separate blaster's weapon that you can get on any gun-ridden character, but as you can see in the gameplay video here, Cursed Gold Thatch does look pretty awesome. We've got some community request edition. Team damage can now be turned on in the options menu for custom games. So for all of us who were doing 2v2 using free-for-all and colors, we now have official support for friendly fire 2v2, which I'm really excited to be playing more of in the future, as it is a very exciting and hype game mode. We also have PC support for GameStop brand controller, and using the heart emoticon, using the little carrot and 3 works again in chat, which I'm very excited about. Server improvements. Players should experience less packet loss. There's been improved networking performance during gameplay, and animations from attacks that are interrupted due to lag no longer finish their animations. So I know in the last week or two, Blue Mammoth Games has been spending a lot of time trying to optimize and improve their server performance before they go out and launch the EU and Oceanic servers for Brawlhalla. So hopefully this improves everybody's experience across the board. Next, we've got some tweaks to item pickup mechanics. So first, dodging and newly respawned players will now count when determining if X should be a pickup versus an attack, which is really awesome because this is something I noticed happening a lot in 2v2, where you went to, you went in for an attack and instead you picked up the weapon. Next, they've shifted the player auto pickup radius further in front of the user. Down and forward radius should feel the same, although neutral is slightly smaller. Distance behind you is much smaller, so it's easier to grab an item when running away. And fixed bug where item pickups were ignoring how close they were on the y-axis for determining priority. So essentially what they've done is all of these item pickup changes are designed so that when you want to pick up the weapon, you can. And when you want to hit the other guy with an unarmed attack, and he just happens to be standing around by a weapon at the time, that the unarmed attack is going to come out without BMG having to add a different button. So it's something that has been loved and asked for by the competitive community, and I'm really glad to see BMG spending time continuing to tweak this. Next up, there's been a bunch of tweaks to all of the movesets. Let's go over them really quick. For all heavy ground attacks, they've increased the cooldown time between successive uses of the same power. So you can no longer use the same signature move over and over again without some delay in between. Unarmed down. The landing animation for dive kick retains some forward momentum, but is no longer steerable during recovery time. Sword air side, lance air neutral, hammer air side, blasters air side, spear air side, axe air side all have decreased acceleration when moving backward during the power. And basically what this is designed to do is to prevent people from using their side attacks as a kind of zoning tools, so that if you go in for a side attack, you're committed to it and you can't just side attack run away in midair as easily. Next up, hammer ground pound has been reduced forced with increased stun time slightly. The lance ground pound has reduced recovery time on hit and increased stun time slightly, which should hopefully prevent lance users getting punished for landing a air down heavy, which I'm really looking forward to. Blasters air down, they fixed some cases where the first shot would hit, but the final shots would miss, which is a very welcome change for gun users everywhere. Blasters ground neutral, they fixed some cases where the first or second shot would hit and the final shots would miss, and it now zeros momentum on hit. So if you're rushing forward and going into the neutral, your character will now stop as soon as the first hit lands, which should allow for more consistent damage done to your opponent. Blaster's recovery has been re-hitboxed to better match animation. It should fix a number of cases where targets would be dropped before the final hit when steered correctly. They've also reduced the hitbox size, reduced the stun, and reduced the travel distance, and they've reduced the force, largely because in the last patch, the Blaster's recovery move was just so safe. You could use it to recover in ways that no other weapon had, and so they've kind of tweaked that to bring it into balance a bit. Next up on the Axe Ground Pound, they fixed a bug where it could cling to walls. The Vraxx Lance Neutral has been re-hitboxed to better match animation, and they've slightly reduced the hitbox size. Vraxx Lance Side has been re-hitboxed to better match animation and fixed some cases where targets could be dropped before the final hit. Vraxx Blaster's Neutral, they've slightly adjusted the starting hitboxes. Gnash Spear Side no longer cancels into hit if it reaches the target early. They've increased the recovery time, increased the damage, and slightly increased the force. So Spear Side has gotten a tweak, the Gnash Spear Side, and hopefully it means that Gnash will be able to be punished for using this move. Gnash Spear Down, they've reduced the hit window and reduced the final hitbox. Nye Spear Side, they've increased the recovery time and increased the force. And the Nye Spear Down, they've also increased the recovery time on that. So once again, it should be a little bit easier to get in on Nye users who like to overuse their signature moves. Ada Spear Neutral, they've reduced the hitbox sizes, and the final hitbox no longer hits targets on the ground. They've also sped up the time to hit. So Ada Spear Neutral has been tweaked once again. It should no longer hit opponents on the ground, which is a big change. It's a pretty significant nerf to the move, but it's one that I feel was warranted because the Spear Neutral was just so useful in so many situations, and it really made that move kind of overpowered in my opinion. Next up, they've added a bunch of different things to the art. They've made some color changes to the Ragnarok KO fix, FX. They've smoothed unarmed wall push away animation. They've realigned torso slightly in the spear idle animation to better match character art. Smooth spear stop animation. Added more arm movement to guitar run cycle animation. Reduced the amount of feet sliding in the axis turning animation. Tweaked the axis stopping animation to have a little more weight. The unarmed air down light, they've changed the landing animation. The unarmed ground pound landing animation gets closer before snapping to ground. Sword Ground Pound, minor tweak to landing animation. Lance Ground Pound also has a shortened aerial hit animation. Hammer Ground Pound, tweak landing animation to look more solid. Spear Ground Side, they've smoothed the recover animation. Axe Ground Pound fixed an issue where the swoosh wasn't playing correctly for a few frames. Cassidy's Hammer Side and Hammer Down signatures, they made charge up poses less similar for easier readability. Gnash Hammer Side, they've changed charge up animation to be more planted. Roland Lance Neutral, they've improved effects and removed gradient that was rendering incorrectly. Next up, there's some sound tweaks. They've improved the sounds on Queen Nai, Gnash, Scarlet, and Sentinel signature moves. They've fixed a bug where Sword Ground Down played 2 swing sound effects on miss, and they moved the 2 swing sound to the Sword Ground side. For the UI, they've changed it where the game mode is now the first setting instead of the team's toggle. The leave button in the top right corner of the scoreboard screen has been updated with better hotkey support and more obvious feedback animations. The head for a random legend now has a white outline on the level select screen so it can be seen more easily against the random level icon. They've decreased memory allocation for tracking controllers. Finally, there's been a number of bug fixes in this patch where they fixed a bug where custom games sometimes get stuck in level select. They fixed a bug that would cause a victory screen to freeze, one where some users would get a fatal error whenever connecting to an online game. Team kills no longer count towards streaks and or multi-kills. They fixed custom controller bindings so that they save properly. Removed faulty check that could cause disconnects. Fixed a bug where the current lobby's legends were misrepresented on lobby join. Fixed a bug that would improperly show rank for some users after 100. Fixed a bug where ranked matches were not being recorded. Fixed a rare bug causing rejoining of games to fail. Fixed a bug that would cause the shutdown announcement to sometimes be skipped during gameplay. Fixed a bug where getting spiked into the ground would reset your jumps and give you the grounded dodge cooldown even if you were stunned. And they fixed a rare bug that could cause server instability. Finally, we also got a couple of small things added in the 0.3 version, where Lucian's Blaster's Down signature has a new special effect, which is very welcome. They also removed a frame from Lucian's muzzle flash animation because it was not matching character physics. They also reworked early game input delay to be less punishing, slightly decreased the strictness on the server for when an input can come in, changed input delay algorithm slightly, and improved client-side recovery from desyncs. They also found a couple of bugs that would cause desyncs at the beginning of matches, which they fixed. They fixed a bug where you were unable to connect at all if you took too long to reach the server, and they fixed a bug that was causing some sound effects to repeat themselves during an online match. So, long and short of it is that version 1.12.3 of the Brawlhalla closed beta is awesome. We are really excited to see where this game is going to be going in the future. Now that all of the signature moves are in, I'm really excited for a potential rebalance of all of the signatures now that we all know what they look and feel like. I'm also really excited about the Valkyria character that they announced on their dev stream, which is just at Twitch TV /Brawlhalla, where they showed off the new character that's going to be a spear and an axe Valkyria, which I'm really excited about. And I'm just really excited to see what's going to happen in the near future. You know, I can feel open beta coming in 3 or 4 months, or even less than that. I can feel new characters and new weapons on the horizon, and all sorts of new interesting portions to the gameplay, and I'm just really excited to see where BMG and the community for this game are going to be taking it in the near future. So thank you guys very much for watching this video. As always, remember, if you liked it, to please hit the like button, as it helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to keep up with all of the video stuff that I am doing, as I will be trying to step up my video game once again now that we are in full summer swing, and keep on brawling.